Bill, how you doing?
Okay, good. How you doing? I'll try to make it quick. You guys did touch base on a lot of different things with that previous caller. Faith is not what determines whether or not we're a Christian or not. We're going to look at the evidence of things around us and decide whether we believe in a creator or evolution, and then we're putting our faith in the fact that that God is like a father figure, and he is there to guide and to care for us, etc. And so we're putting faith into what he can do with our lives, just like we would put faith in our own mother and father to hope that they will help us do better and be better people.
So are you saying that your belief in God is justified by evidence then?
My belief is based on, I first determine whether or not creation or evolution is the way I want to go. Did God?
The way you want to go, not which one's correct.
No, I don't have
which one is the way you want to go.
Proof, but I would say which one is more correct. In my opinion, I believe that it's easier to understand and believe that everything is here for a reason, and we were all created from.
I agree. That's easier, but that doesn't make it true.
My son Ben finds it very easy to understand Spider-Man. If he didn't, then I wouldn't have had to bother explaining to him that Spider-Man wasn't real. Just because something is easier to accept doesn't mean that it's correct.
Okay, maybe I misspoke, or I didn't say it right. What I would base my decision on determining whether a God created everything is to decide whether or not the evidence of life on this planet is more logically explained through evolution or creation. I think it's more logical to believe that everything, as far as life, came from creation, opposed to us evolving from some one-celled organism who became a fish, who became a man, who became an animal, became an ape, became a man, that kind of stuff.
Then you're wrong. I said that bluntly just for shock reason.
Okay.
But the thing is, you're claiming that it is more logical that a creator created everything than that simple things gradually became more complex. Well, that's not more logical. As you trace back, you're going to get to a point where our knowledge stops. For us, it's essentially the Big Bang slightly afterwards. That's where our knowledge has to stop. And you're saying that it's more reasonable to posit some supernatural, divine, complex being before all of this as the cause than to look at what we know about reality in every area, and that is that simple things lead to complex things.
That's true. That's exactly what I believe. But
that's not logical.
Okay, but wait. That brings me to my question about morality.
Good.
Okay.
This is
okay, I wanted to say something else, but I'll get to the point. Okay, so if we had evolved, and because you guys sometimes say all atheists believe in evolution, and some there's a kind of evolution.
We've never said that all atheists believe in anything except for they do not believe that there's a God.
Several times during this call already that you're presenting what's known as a false choice. Either evolution is true or creation is true, and nothing else. And the fact is that this sort of simplifying things to two possibilities actually doesn't make that much sense.
But let me get to the point of morality. What my question is, as through the evolution process, why did every living thing except for man decide to just throw out morality? Because animals, bees, and insects.
They didn't.
Oh, sure they did.
No, they didn't.
Animals do not know anger, love, stealing,
they do.
hate.
You looked into studies about how apes behave. I mean, there are all these complex.
Show me some kind of animal creature that believes that stealing, is a bad thing.
Apes, for one. Have you ever tried to take food from a dog that's hungry? They think it's a bad thing. Just because their society is not as complicated as ours. Just because they haven't created a courtroom or written down their laws does not mean that they don't have similar emotions, similar value judgments, because that's where morality comes from.
No, actually quite the contrary. If an animal steals from another animal, then he's the winner and he thinks it's a good thing.
The problem you have then is that it's very dangerous to come and try to steal something from another animal, because chances are that in the wild, the other animal will see that as a sign of aggression and fight you.
Well, hyenas do that, period. That's all they do is steal.
Just about every animal does it.
People do it too.
No, we know it's wrong and we don't do it.
No. Jails are full of them, and you know, $2 on the line.
Those people are wrong.
If you really think that animals don't have chucked out morality except for humans, you're starting from the wrong basis. If you think that there's no way to have a secular justification for morality, that if we are in fact evolved, we can't possibly be moral, you're just completely on the wrong track. And we're gonna let you go to get to some other callers. You can call back if you want to.
I just want to add that if you think that people have this sort of instinctual knowledge that it would be wrong to take something from somebody else, you have obviously never spent any time with children.
Yeah.
Children have no idea that there's anything wrong with walking up and grabbing something that they want. It's something that has to be taught out of them. It's the kind of thing that I talk about in my stories, where this character named Jim will just say, you know, that's my toy, I want it, and then the result is he gets ostracized from people. Kids need to be taught that some things are going to make it harder to get along with other people, and that's why that's a bad thing.
I went down the other day, Friday, to pay a traffic fine. And there were a bunch of people in line, because there always are on Friday, because everybody wants to get these things taken care of. And it was a take a number situation. And there were a lot of people waiting. And yet we saw some people who would pick up a number off the floor that had already been used and actually use it. Woman sitting next to me got so mad at somebody else for doing it that she looked around, found a number on the floor, picked it up, used it herself, and was all smiling that she had beaten the system. She knew it was wrong, and she still did it, and she still felt that she had accomplished something she'd done right. It's exactly the same as the dog who stole something from another dog. It's just more complex.
In her defense, anybody's values would be warped by sitting in the DMV all day.
Yeah, but it answers your issue of not only did life evolve from the simple to the complex, but so has morality and ethics evolved from the simple situations and the simplistic views in less complex animals to the morality that we have now.
When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest.